Hello everyone and welcome to this Astro Oracle reading. And this reading is for those of you who feel especially connected with a passed on loved one or maybe a deceased pet, or where you just feel attached to other worlds, galaxies, beings in cosmos. It is really whomever and whatever you regard as being your guardian angel. So let's dive into the cards and see what messages that are coming through. And I will pull 3 cards and you can go with one of them or 2 of them, or maybe you feel you resonate with all of them. All the cards that I'm pulling in this reading, just go along with however you may feel they resonate with you. You don't have to follow the order in which I'm interpreting the cards. So really just tune in to your intuition. Make sure you have your feet solidly planted on the ground while you are very much aware of that you are a biological, physical being here on Earth with a soul, with a core that is built from light. The first card to come out is card number 13, and of course also go with the numbers however they may resonate for you. Maybe it's a date or a year or an amount of something, wherever it's leading you, whatever it may be reminding you of. This is saying, spread your wings and fly. We are proud of you. Wow, great transformation for many of you, where you are now ready to spread your wings and fly, maybe after a lot of turmoil going on. The next card to come out is this card. Never forget you're loved. Love never dies. Card number 9. And let's see if there is another card coming out here. And perhaps after this reading you will begin to notice small signs for your guardian angels leading you in the direction that you wish for. And the last card to come out is card number 27. Stand up for what you know is right. We are supporting you. Okay, so again, go with what card you feel is resonating the most with you. I will just keep pulling different cards, and wherever it may lead you in the direction of, you just go with that. I will just mention, of course, what's coming through. And you can use that as a confirmation or inspiration to dive deeper into your own interpretation, into your own intuition. Let's see if we have some cards coming out here. We have 2 cards. Great. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one. And this angel is talking about release. It says, let go and focus on what is positive and uplifting. Okay, so that could definitely be for those of you who are going through a lot of transformation, perhaps through the butterfly. But there's a lot of releasing here. And the other card coming out here is Angel of Wealth. Financial flow comes easily to you. So, since we're in the water element here, it could also be a reference to your emotional body, spirituality, opening up your psychic abilities, and your sensitivity. Beginning to look through the realms, starting to release something of a low vibrational character is the vibe that I get from this card, that you are now releasing all of that, stepping into your own power. And that will also influence whatever is coming to you. And remember that wealth does not necessarily have to be money and a car and a new home. It can also be this overwhelming, overwhelming emotions, or that you all of a sudden have new friends, or you find new colleagues, or anything like that, something that is emotionally stimulating you. Oops. Okay. So let's have a card here. Oops. Okay. The first one to come out from this deck is this card. Surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Wow, that is really a strong card about remember to love. Okay? Let's see if that works. Okay. So again, a reference back to the water. This is why this could definitely also, this card, the Wealth Angel, that could definitely also be about your emotions, okay? A lot of pleasure and joy coming in, and you starting to make love to life again. So with these 3 cards, I think that you have definitely been going through a lot of transformation, where you maybe have doubted, is there anyone out there for me, or is there anyone from my past and loved ones, are they even watching over me? It's like feeling almost hopeless that you don't feel that you have anyone around you. But here you're being reminded that no matter what the trouble you've been going through, a conflict, it has not been unseen. And they're just cheering you on, because something is telling me that many of you, you know what you're talking about, you know what you've been going through, because you have done it with your heart. So you know what you're talking about, because you have been through it. And so sometimes we need to stand up for ourselves, even though we feel completely exhausted, unseen and unheard. But the trouble is that if we don't stand up for what we know is right, if we don't stand up for ourselves, then who will? We all carry a responsibility for our own lives. And now this card is coming out. Star Family. You are part of a team of souls. Call in support. Yes. Remember that you are definitely not alone. So even though you may feel like a foreigner, stranger in your blood family, there is a soul tribe out there whom you are connected to, and where you can always call support. You can always call them for support. So maybe you can do that through meditation or prayer, or simply just being aware of that. There is a presence of your tribe family, your star family. But it is also time to enjoy and have pleasures in your life. Remember that it cannot be hard work, all of it. Really try to find the small things that are positive, because in my experience, it's there are always positive things, even in the most negative situation. You can always find just a tiny little bit of happy stuff, positive stuff, among all the negativity that is going on. So really look for that. Look for the small details that could remind you of that there is light at the end of the tunnel here. But also there is a lot of choice here, because it also seems to me that you are very much aware of what you've been through. You learned a lot here, okay? So now it has also been a choice for you. It's becoming a choice for you whether you want to go down that path of low vibrational energy, or you want to follow more through on the Venus energy coming in here. We all came into the world being loved, deserving happiness. And so that should definitely also be always what we are striving for. And it's not always easy, because we're also here to learn, of course. But maybe we're also here to learn through all of that. That life is about feeling joyous. Okay, so let's see if we can have some astrology cards out here. Okay. So let's see where in your natal chart you will receive this energy through, or where your past and loved ones are trying to communicate with you. Okay, we first of all have the 8th house here coming out. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions. So in the 8th house, that's also where we find the planet Pluto, and we find Scorpio energies. So here again, back to the water element, our emotions, our sensitivity, psychic abilities, and also our ability to see the truth of it all, to see how everything is interconnected. And this is also talking about the magic in life. Like I was talking about Venus before, the magic in life and Kundalini rising, and also deep soul transformation, back to the butterfly over here. So let's see what else is coming out. So you might want to check out your 8th house in your chart. I have left a link down below so that you can easily find your natal chart. And maybe you want to look for what zodiac sign energies you have there, and if you have any planet positions, because that will tell you more about the energies that are surrounding you in your 8th house right now. So this is how we're sharing our resources, okay? And with the people whom we regard as being our best friends or the closest family members and so on. And the next card to come out is the 5th house. So this is about where we have fun, romance, and where we create things that we are proud of. Now, the 5th house is also where we find the sun, and we find the zodiac sign of Leo. So that's a fire element and a water element. So our water here is being ignited. Something new is coming in creatively, where we are beginning to create something new, and where we, back to the Venus card, we have more fun here. We are expressing ourselves. We are really finding our creative source in life. What is it really that you want to create from all of this? Maybe some of you want to bring out through painting or writing or making music from your life story. What is it that you've been going through? And maybe you just want to share it with a few people in your life with whom you regard as being your best friends and absolutely the inner circle. So there is something here where you are becoming more aware of who is in your life and whom you regard as important people. So with Pluto here also, it's telling me that you've learned great life lessons, that it's been quite transformational through the butterfly as well. That right now you are being rebirthed, being reborn. You are coming in to more true, intense emotions. You're really much in contact with your emotions, and you are releasing a lot of it. So it's very powerful, since we have the release card over here and we have Pluto here with power, because Pluto is about power. And with the 5th house, back to the sun, where we are back in our soul and soul awareness, our talents and gifts in life, and everything that we have put into the world with. Actually, the sun is us with everything that we contain. Okay, so it's also our life purpose. It's about our life force energy. It's about our willpower. So there's a lot of fire energy here, and it's like we're being ignited. And maybe you just need to call in support, because it is releasing time. And when we're going through those times, we are also letting new energy in. But it doesn't mean that we are yet perhaps in our new life. We are in between platforms. And when we are that, we need to remember that we still go all the way. That we remember to spread our wings and fly, and spread them no matter how difficult it may be. And remember that we are loved. And remember to keep going, to face the light, to have a look here with the tree. It's a reference back to our root, our tree of wisdom, tree of life. And that we try to connect that with the light. Because back to the sun here also, we are light. So there's something here where you're being asked to remember to come back into the more loving side of life again. And really using this perhaps hard time of life experiences to do something creative about them, to share them with other people, whatever that may be. But definitely, you know, writing, singing, whatever it is, dancing, something that you can share your life experience with, because there's a lot of people out there who would like to know about that, because maybe they're going to face a situation like this in the near future, or maybe they're going through the same thing. The last card we have out here is Cancer energy. This energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. Yes, so with Cancerian energy, we are very sensitive. Again, a reference back to the water energy. So a lot of emotions. You're going through a lot of emotions right now. And with Cancerian energy here, we have a tendency to be quite protective of ourselves and others. We are moving sideways here, as the Cancer is running sideways. So sometimes, yeah, we want to get out of that shell and we want to present ourselves to the world. And then all of a sudden, no, I feel hurt, or I don't feel comfortable, so I'm gonna go back. And so we're running a little bit sideways all the time here. So very emotional, very sensitive, but also a very loving energy here. So you have got a lot of love within you to present to the world. It's like you have been going through this with your heart. And the heart is also the most important organ in our bodies, because that's where we feel also the impulse of cosmos. Okay, so that is why we're always focusing on our respiratory system, our breath, when we are doing healing work or doing readings like this, or whatever it may be that you do of a spiritual kind. So we always tune in with our hearts when we need to be certain of something. So you have a lot of caring and loving energies within you. Again, there's a lot of Venus energy, back to the Venus card. And you have a lot to give. That's what I'm sensing. And maybe it's not about money here, back to the Angel of Wealth. And I feel really that through sharing your experiences, you will gain a lot from it. Like times 10, times 100. So when you start doing some kind of music, or you're making a song, or you're painting something, or expressing yourself and your life journey up until now, whatever it may be for you, I feel that you will gain a lot from that emotionally. And remember that when we start to change emotionally, we also eventually will see things change around us in our more tangible, physical, materialistic 3D lives. So you will gain a lot from this. Inside out is what I'm hearing. Inside out, okay? Such warmth is what I'm feeling here, that you have a lot to share, and You have a big heart. So whatever it is that you may have been through, you have come out on the other side with a lot of caring, nurturing, and keeping your loving nature, your loving character safe. You have been protected through all of this. But no lessons come without pain, or maybe where we feel we need to make a lot of suffering, where we have a lot of suffering, or, well, yeah, no pain, no gain perhaps, but maybe that can change in the future as we collectively change our consciousness and maybe have a lot of more insight on what pain really is, that everything is actually controlled through our awareness. It's how we see things. So, but you definitely have been through a lot here. You have been tested a lot, okay? But you have not forgotten the nature of your heart. That is really beautiful. So let's see what the personal cards have for us. And here we have card number 26, Great Fortune. Okay, so again, back to the Angel of Wealth. Of course, this could mean that a lot of money is coming in for you, or a car, or a new place to stay, whatever it is that you may need in your materialistic life. But again, there is so much heartfelt energy in this reading. So I feel that you will just be overloaded with love. When you start to take the first step, when you become the Lion King, when you are stepping out as a true leader here, being proud of who you are and not afraid to show it, because this is talking about physical action, then you will gain a lot from it. I think you will experience that a lot of people will come up to you and say, you know what? Thank you for doing this. This is exactly what I needed to hear. Now I can go home and I can finish my life journey in this area. I can finish that up. I can finally tell myself that I've been doing a great job. You know, people will just come up to you and really appreciate that you have been taking the first step. Okay? The next card to come out is card number 10. It's talking about journey. So this is not leaving for good. This card number 10 is talking about endings and new beginnings. We can see how this man is on this platform. He has just come out from the train he arrived on, but he has not yet departed on a new train. So here we are in between platforms, as I mentioned before. You are leaving one life experience. You are entering a new one, but right now you are in transformation. And you need to remember that you always have to stand up for what you know is right, even though you may be pushed around right now. You're going through a lot of transformation. And see how beautiful these lines are just lining up to card number 10. Never forget you're loved. Love never dies. Okay? So even though you may be in between platform or in between new stations of your life, remember that the platform you're on right now is just temporarily. It's just it's not where you're going to end up. It's not going to be like this forever, okay? So maybe you have already seen signs that, okay, good things are on the way emotionally, right? And so I'm not afraid to stand here and weigh in on my options. What are my options? Where am I going? What is it that I have left, really? So maybe a lot of reflection is also coming up, since we are seeing the water element here, which is calling for remembrance, memories coming up. And that can be pretty strong. Just know that today, when you feel one thing, it's not what you're feeling tomorrow. And what you feel today was not what you felt yesterday either. So things are changing. Energies are always changing. So you're just in between right now. And with the water element, could also talk about that we are having a look into other realms, into other worlds. Maybe you are waiting for a train to leave you, to take you to another world, to a different way of living. The last card to come out, yes, it's card number 9. 19. Now 1 and 9 also makes a 10, maybe a reference back to card number 10. This is talking about coughing. So this is about saying goodbye to whatever it is that you have left behind and letting it go, releasing it. Remember the angel over here. Let go and focus on what is positive now. Have a spotlight on that you are releasing with forgiveness, with love. Maybe not understanding, but to forgive means that you can see why people had to do what they had to do from their viewpoint, because you are that clever, okay? And then you can forgive people when you can see why they, from their viewpoint, from their educational background or from their childhood way of upbringing, whatever it may be, you can see why they had to do what they had to do. It doesn't mean you have got to accept it, or it doesn't mean it wasn't evil or it wasn't hurtful, and it definitely doesn't mean that you have to continue that relationship, but it helps you to release and move on with what is only positive and what is only good for you, okay? Because this sharing here from your son, from your inner core, that is really where the spotlight is on right now. So release, forgive, let it go, have a friendly thought on that, thank you, or give thanks to everyone you have met on your way, to every situation, every place, because they have brought you to where you are in your life right now. And of course, this is not always easy, but my experience is that you can start training this. You can train yourself to do this, and in time it will be easier. And just focus on your breath and your respiratory system. Breathe in, do things at your pace. That is really important, because I feel here that you are so much in transformation that you will learn how to cope with this. And now you have a very big chance here in life to put things behind you that is no longer in alignment with your life path or soul journey, soul mission, however this card may resonate for you. Okay, so let's see if there is some more advice coming out here from your loved ones or your guardian angels. We have one card here. Let's see if there are any more cards coming out. Okay. No, we just have one card here. This card with a lot of jewelry on it. And this card is talking about pendant, behind the scenes, sparkle, shadows, and chains. So there is definitely something here you are releasing. Again, back to the releasing angel. You spreading your wings and fly. Remember, the ones on the other side, they're proud of you, okay? So there's something here working behind the scene, and where you're breaking a lot of chains right now. This could be a symbol of the shadow sides. This could be a symbol of the sunny side of things. That something is moving in between through the chain here, but that you are also coming out of your chains, whatever it may be for you on a personal level. Okay, so there is something here where you will sparkle, but right now you are not really here, or you're not really here either, but you are in between here. Okay, something is working is going on behind the scenes. Okay, and you will know in time. You will know. You will be prepared for that train coming in here. Don't worry, you won't miss it. The signs will be too strong for you. Okay, and we have two final cards coming out here. So let's see what doors are opening up for you. First, this beautiful door. I hope you can see it. This door is talking about the sacred lotus, compassion in action, the chosen tool. I see now the lotus in your spirit jewel. What a perfect reference back to the jewel here. Okay, so you are seen, don't worry. You are compassion in action. Okay, you are the chosen one to bring love to the world. Okay, and you will be seen, you will sparkle. So let's see what door is opening up on the other side. And this is more like a cave. So this card is saying, nomad. The nomadic wanderer lies deep inside. So take the leap now. Don't crawl back and hide. Exactly. Calling for you to shine with your creativity, to come out with your interpretation of whatever it is that you have been through, whether you play an instrument or you just like to speak to people or whatever it may be. Definitely come out into the world with that, because the world needs that. And don't crawl back, even though may times be a little bit rough because you're not yet in your new life. But this kind of creativity can assist you in finishing this beautiful journey that you've been on, where there's been a lot of obstacles, but where you have learned a lot. And I can assure you that in the years to come, you will find how much you have gained for this, how much this will play a positive, constructive part of your life, even though it may not seem like that right now. So hold on, your train is coming, you're not gonna miss it. Okay, you will sparkle eventually. You are getting out of your chains because you are a very, very loving person. So on that note, I'm just gonna thank you for watching and listening. Take great care out there. You are much loved, you are much seen. Okay, nothing is passing by. Your loved ones, they always have an extra eye on you. Okay, so please try to tune into that kind of energy, because I promise you life will be much easier to go through when you do that. So thank you so much. Take great care out there, and bye for now.